What's up, everybody? E-Rock the Red here, bringing you Gaming News Weekly, episode 17. We've got a very special episode this week. There's like no news, so I thought it would be the perfect time to talk about the biggest games coming out in 2021. So let's jump right in. There's a ton of games I want to talk about. Let's start with Hitman 3, scheduled to come out January 20th for PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, Xbox XS, One, Nintendo Switch, Stadia, PC, for everything. I should have just said everything. But this is the dramatic conclusion to the World of Assassins trilogy. It's going to have all the locations from Hitman 1 and 2 that will be able to be imported at no additional cost. And then the Hitman 2 progression will also be carried over. So they put a lot of thought into this, and it should be a pretty great game. These Hitman games have been pretty awesome. I suck at stealth games, so this is not high on my list. I don't have the patience to just like sneak in and so I just want to go in and like shoot people or stab people, and you just can't do that in these games. So it's not for me, but I'm looking forward to it. I love watching videos of clever kills and that sort of thing. So this one, it's on my list. It's also playable entirely in VR. So I don't know what that looks like or how that works, but that's pretty cool as well. Next up, we have The Medium, coming out January 28th for Xbox Series X and S, as well as PC. This is a horror game from Bloober Team. Now, this is the team that brought Observer System Redux, which I'm playing now, and it's like one of the scariest games I've ever played. And they also did the latest Blair Witch game. So you know it's going to be scary. Basically, you play as a medium. Go figure. And you could travel between the real and the spirit world. The cool thing about that is it's not only that you could go between the two worlds, but they are both of the games are being rendered at the same time, and you could seamlessly switch between the two worlds. They show it here in this footage. Really cool idea. It's another one of those games that is getting me to buy a Xbox or a PC. I don't know. I've never had a PC. It scares me a little bit. But just knowing that it's not available for the PlayStation really bums me out, because this game looks amazing. And like I said, I'm playing Observer System Redux right now, and I'm absolutely loving that game. So I want to play another game from Bloober Team. So definitely this is one to keep on your radar. This one's only a month away. So, let's keep an eye out for some more gameplay footage. Should be a lot of fun. And spooky. Super spooky. All right, next, let's take a look at Outriders. This game comes out February 2nd for PS5, PS4, Xbox XS, One, Stadia, and PC. It's put out by Square Enix, as well as People Can Fly. 1 to 3 player, drop in, drop out. It's a co-op action RPG looter shooter. So many adjectives, but it looks awesome. Basically, you are these. You can pick from, I think it's like 5 classes. You're people that have gotten powers. And not only that, you got all these dope guns. So you pick from a class what power you want. And then on top of that, you go through and do these missions. And you just find awesome new armor, weapons. There's skill trees, RPG elements. These games, we've seen some come and go, some fail. Anthem, we'll take a look at that one. But then we've seen some like this, like Destiny, that has had a very long lifespan. So hopefully this one will be more like Destiny and less like Anthem, because the idea behind it and the way that it mixes all those elements, all those genres. You got like monsters here, and then powers, and then just guns, and like a really, really cool idea. I'm really hoping that one works out. Next up, we've got another rider, Riders Republic, coming out February 25th for PlayStation 5, PS4, Xbox XS1, Stadia, and PC. This game is being put out by Ubisoft Annecy. They are the studio that brought Steep, that awesome downhill skiing, snowboarding game. This is more downhill racing, but this now we have 5 playable sports. There's skiing, snowboarding, downhill biking, wingsuiting. Is that a word? Wingsuiting? And rocket wingsuit flying. It's basically it's an open world, but it has 7 national parks from the U.S. that make up this open world. So different environments, different climates, and I'm very interested to see how it functions, how that works as far as the open world goes, and how it affects the racing. If there's different paths, I'm assuming. But yeah, it looks like a lot of fun. Never been really my thing, any of these like extreme sports, but this one, this one looks like it could be a lot of fun to play, especially with friends. Next up, It Takes Two comes out March 26th for PlayStation 5, PS4, Xbox X, Xbox One, and PC. This is the next co-op only game from Hazelight Studios. They're the guys that did A Way Out, that co-op prison game, and Brothers, the co-op Brothers game. But so they know how to do co-op, and just based on this recent trailer, this looks like it could be their best game yet. So many different styles of gameplay that you play throughout. It looks crazy, the amount of different things they got you doing in this game. And I don't even know if we've seen them all, but I'm very much looking forward to playing this game with my wife and probably arguing, and maybe I'll have to sleep on the couch a couple times. But hopefully, at the end of the day, it's a fun experience for everybody. But, that's co-op gaming for you. You're going to have a little arguments when, of course, she's going to do something, wrong. Because I'm amazing at everything. So, it is what it is. But yeah, take a look at this trailer. Super fun gameplay. Can't wait to get into this one. March 26th. Next up, we've got Deathloop coming out May 21st for PlayStation 5 as a timed exclusive, and then coming to PC. This is by Arcane Studios, the studios that brought you Dishonored and Prey. This is a first-person action game, and the premise, as much as we know right now, is there are 2 assassins doing battle. One's trying to get out of the time loop, and one's trying to keep the time loop going. And, you got to assassinate people and try to fix everything. So, I'm sure there's a lot more to it than that, but that's just from what I've seen in the minimal amount of gameplay that we've seen and the few trailers. But, you get powers, cool weapons, all that sort of stuff. Looks to be a lot of fun, especially just based on, Dishonored and Prey, both great games. I can't imagine this one's going to be any different, especially how stylized it is. Looks like a Tarantino movie that you could play with sci-fi time travel elements in it. Who doesn't want that? Am I right? That sounds amazing. So yeah, check it out, May 21st. Next up, we have a series that I'm not very familiar with. Far Cry 6 comes out May 25th for PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, Xbox X, S1, Stadia, and PC. Like I said, I've never played any Far Cry game. They all look awesome, but I don't know where to jump in. Do I have to play them all? Is there a story? I don't know. This one might be the one that gets me, though. You're dropped into a totalitarian island nation in the middle of a revolution. And there is this dictator, Anton Castillo, played by Giancarlo Esposito, who is the greatest bad guy actor in television. I mean, maybe at least in the top 3. He's amazing in every role. So I expect no less here. Just on this cinematic trailer with him and his son, where he's just being like the biggest bad guy. He's basically like in this trailer. I'm not going to include the whole thing, but he has his son basically like drop grenades on these revolutionaries. So it's going to be an awesome story. I could already tell you that. And from what I've heard, the gameplay of these games is an awesome hook too. So this might be the one. I'll just read like, the summary of the first 5, right? I don't know. But anyways, Far Cry 6, May 25th. Put it on your calendar. Keep an eye out for some more gameplay footage. All right, and the last game that we have an official release date for, not that means anything anymore, right? Back 4 Blood comes out June 22nd on PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, Xbox XS1, and PC. This is by the creators of Left 4 Dead. They are back with their zombie survival shooter game genre. They went and they did an asymmetric shooter game, and now they're back with what made them. This is basically the sequel to the unofficial sequel to Left 4 Dead. Very similar gameplay, but it looks beautiful. I mean, if you could call this level of gore and violence beautiful, look at that blood. It looks ridiculous, but the same, crazy amount of zombies or monsters or whatever they are, and a huge assortment. I mean, look at this thing. It's going to be a fun game, especially, if you've got a group of people that you play these games with. So keep an eye out for that one, June 22nd. All right, on to some games that we know are coming out in 2021, but we just don't have release dates for them yet. First up, Rune King. This is a League of Legends game, the first ever single-player League of Legends game. Comes out early 2021 for PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, Xbox XS1, Stadia, and PC. It's a turn-based RPG with the characters that you know and love from League of Legends. You basically, you just have a party full of these characters. So old school RPG, and then it's, turn-based. You level up your characters, your heroes, and, you just battle your foes. Very traditional looking. Looks to be pretty cool. I've never played League of Legends, never once, but I love the idea of having all these different characters with powers, and especially because I am a fan of this style of role-playing games. So this might be one to check out, and who knows, it might get me into playing League of Legends. Yeah, probably not. All right, in this next one, we've only seen a little bit of it. Gran Turismo 7, we saw a little bit at the PlayStation 5 reveal event. They're still saying first half of 2021 for PlayStation 5, but who knows? We haven't seen much of this game, if anything. We saw this short teaser trailer basically showing the type of cars and racing that we can expect from Gran Turismo 7, which is basically everything. That's what this game does. They do these car. It's basically a racing sim with every type of car imaginable. Very much looking forward to this game. Again, not a huge racing fan, but I love the Gran Turismo series just because of everything they pack into these games and how realistic everything is. So hopefully that one won't be pushed back too far and we can expect it in the near future, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. At the same PlayStation 5 reveal event, we also saw Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. This one also scheduled to come out the first half of 2021 for PlayStation 5. They really used this one to show off the power of the solid state drive that's on the PlayStation 5, showing that you could jump between all these different worlds seamlessly. It's going to make for a great gameplay idea. Very much looking forward to this one. They always do a great job with these Ratchet and Clank games, and this one having this dimension hopping gameplay dynamic, it's got me very intrigued. So again, first half, so hopefully we'll hear some news in the future. Next on everyone's wish list, Halo Infinite, scheduled to come out now fall of 2021 for Xbox Series XS, Xbox One, and PC. It was delayed from launch of the Xbox Series X and X due to COVID. So they're saying hopefully this fall. There hasn't been a date announced, but the information's slowly starting to trickle out. We're finally seeing some gameplay, which looks amazing, by the way. The graphics on this, the world that you're playing in, it's absurd. So eager for that one. Also, they did announce that it will have a associated free-to-play multiplayer that runs at 120 frames per second. So another thing to look forward to. I mean, we knew there was going to be multiplayer with it, but the fact that they're saying that it's free-to-play, that's huge. Next up, we have Lord of the Rings Gollum. This game was a huge surprise to me. Hadn't heard anything about it. It's scheduled to come out for the Xbox X and PS5. It is a stealth action game that's set in the Lord of the Rings universe. It's supposed to be faithful to the source material. So any Lord of the Rings fans should be very excited about this, just to, see it from Gollum's perspective. The one thing that's got me a little upset is this fact that it is a stealth game. It's very they're hoping to center it on not combat. Obviously with Gollum, he's not a very sizable foe, but definitely interested to see some gameplay of this when it comes out. Next up, Horizon Forbidden West for PlayStation 5 and PlayStation 4. This is the sequel to 2017's Horizon Zero Dawn. Okay, I have something to admit. I never finished Horizon Zero Dawn. I know I'm this PlayStation fanboy, whatever. I got to get back to it. It's on my list. It'll be the next game I play. I was enjoying it. I don't know what happened. I just stopped playing it. But this one, more of the same. It looks great. More giant robot dino monsters. More weird red stuff. It's coming out for both PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5. Cool thing is that it's being built from the ground up on PlayStation 5 to take advantage of all the next-gen features. So there shouldn't be any issue with them holding back to try to put it on multiple generations of systems. So great news, and it looks amazing. So hopefully we'll get a release date on this sometime soon. All right, honestly, out of all the games I've talked about, this one might be the one I'm most looking forward to. Ghostwire Tokyo for PlayStation 5. Again, timed exclusive, and then to PC. This is Shinji Mikuni's next game. He did the Evil Within series. It is supposed to be less of a straightforward horror game and more of an action adventure with survival elements, and obviously a ton of horror. Just looking at this trailer, it looks like every Japanese horror movie trope. You have to battle it, but you do it with these dope magic finger guns or something, dude. I don't even know, but it's got me hyped. Just the randomness of it, and just the brightness and the color and the horror elements. It looks awesome. I've watched this trailer a few times. I've showed a bunch of people, so very excited for this one. I really hope we get some more news on this one soon, and it doesn't get pushed back, because this one I expect to be a lot of fun. All right, another one I'm hyped for, Gotham Knights, set to come out on the PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, Xbox XS, One, and PC. This is set in the DC Batman universe. In this universe, Batman is dead, and Robin, Nightwing, Batgirl, and the Red Hood they're taking over. They are patrolling the streets. It is a third-person brawler. It's got the whole game has two-player co-op where you each play as one of the four. Each character has different fighting styles, different play styles. So, possibly you can play through 4 times and have a different experience, depending on how you approach it. So I'm very much excited for this one. I am a comic book nerd, so I'm excited to see how these characters play out. Hopefully it's different from the Batman games. Hopefully it plays differently. But, some of this gameplay footage we see, it's very Dark Knighty, Arkham Knight, whatever those games were. Which is fine. Those are amazing games. And this is just one character. And also they're introducing some new weapons, new play styles. So this bat thing is really cool. I have no idea what that does. Looks like a lot of fun. But this is definitely a game that's on my radar for this year. Another game based on an existing IP that we really don't know anything about is Hogwarts Legacy. Scheduled to come out on the PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, Xbox XS, Xbox One, and PC. There's been one trailer for this game, and it showed how beautiful this game's going to be, and basically looks like you're living a day in the life of a brand new character to the wizarding world of Harry Potter. Not sure where this fits in. We know it's a prequel set far into the past, but don't know how it fits in with the stories that we do know. It looks like it has it all, though. So if you're a fan of the Harry Potter series, you're going to want to check this game out. It's got the Sorting Hat and flying books and I don't know, all the other things. Like Moaning Myrtle and Nearly Headless Nick, Quidditch. Look at all this stuff. So all the Harry Potter fans, I'm a Hufflepuff, proud and loud. I'll be there. Hopefully it's a great game. I know they've been working on it for a long time. It'd be interesting to get an idea of some of the gameplay, whether it's a role-playing game, an action game, something. I don't know. But I expect we'll get some news sometime in the near future, and hopefully it's awesome. I could go on and on and on about the awesome games coming out in 2021. There was a bunch I had to leave off the list, but I will end with this one. Resident Evil Village, set to come out for PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X and S, as well as PC. This is another first-person Resident Evil game, a continuation of Resident Evil 7's story. So, we'll get more of that, which, who knows what that is, because I will never finish it. I've had it. I've tried to play it multiple times. I posted a VR playthrough that I was going to do it. I was going to do a Let's Play every week. I did one episode. It's scary. It's very scary. I buy every single one of these and I never play them. I want to love it, but I'm a little baby man. So we'll see if I can bring myself to get this one. I'm going to have to play Resident Evil 7 before I can get this one. I don't know if I'm going to do it. Anyways, check it out. All right, well, that's it for this very special episode of Gaming News Weekly and our look towards 2021. If there are any games I missed or any games you're looking forward to, let me know in the comments and we'll check them out. Thanks again for watching. I appreciate you. Happy New Year, and I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.